Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Spring Recital. The students have been working diligently, and we are excited to share their achievements with all of you today. We are pleased to note that in addition to hearing the students' solo works, you will also be able to hear our ensembles perform their group collaborations for the first time in a few years. Before we begin, we ask that there is no flash photography and that you take a minute to silence all electronic devices. Also, please don't hesitate to avail yourself to the care room just behind the welcome desk in case a young one needs to get restless or perhaps in the event that you need to take a phone call. Thank you again for being here and supporting these artists as they grow in their skills and hone their craft. Our first piece this afternoon is Le Coucou by French composer Louis-Claude Duquet. Cuckoo, a traditional German folk song and another interpretation of the same subject as the previous piece, will now be presented by our Ensemble 1, Nathan, Steve, and Tara Reitzel, or as we like to call them, the renowned Von Reitzels. The movie The Lion King is the top grossing traditionally animated film of all time. It won 2 Academy Awards for its music and evolved into a hit Broadway musical. Playing Elton John's and Tim Rice's I Just Can't Wait to Be King is Liliana Dranchak. Being king is a tightrope walk in and of itself, and Sophia Dranchak will now present The Tightrope Walker, a piece of music about such a balancing act. From a high-stakes tightrope walk to a relaxing stroll, Justin Dranchak Jr. presents the walking song. The next work is a familiar favorite that conveys a beautiful message of appreciation and stewardship of nature. We will now hear Garrett Willis play Colors of the Wind. One of John Williams' most recognizable, descriptive, and successful works that gave rise to an enormous film franchise and is instantly known by audiences worldwide due to its widespread popularity will be heard next. Nathan Ratzel will now perform the theme from Jurassic Park. And now we go from the Jurassic and fantastic world of dinosaurs to the dramatic and debonair lives of Downton Abbey residents with Tyler Kumorowski playing the Downton Abbey theme. The next work, composed in Lansing, Michigan, is a Motown classic that was released in 1969. It was Stevie Wonder's third top 10 hit, topping the charts at number 4, and continues to hold a place in prominence within the genre. We will now hear Wilma Hatton as she presents My Cherie Amour. The following serenade is arguably one of Mozart's most well-known and catchy works, only gaining recognition after his passing. Lily Billups will now offer us this afternoon a little night music with Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik. From light-hearted serenades to heavy-toned seriousness, in the words of Beethoven, his Fifth Symphony paints a dark and foreboding of, quote, fate knocking at the door. I might also be an excellent musically descriptive example of the psychological struggles Beethoven faced. Jack Linden now presents Allegro from Symphony No. 5 by Beethoven. An important aspect of music education is teamwork. This is something with which our ensembles are acutely familiar. Within this context, we learn to listen, synchronize, adjust, and be confident in one's own part. Our ensemble will now play Little Playmates. Before we hear the last piece of the afternoon, we want to make sure that all the students have had an opportunity to play and that we have not missed anyone. Wonderful. The final piece you will hear this afternoon is an improvisation based on a Ukrainian lullaby that highlights the delicate nature of our world, the tender love that can be embraced, and the peace that can follow. The English translation is, "The dream passes by the window and sleep by the fence. The dream asks, where should we rest tonight? Where the cottage is warm, where the baby is tiny, there we will go and rock the child to sleep. There we will sleep and will sing to the child, sleep, sleep, my little falcon, sleep, sleep, my little dove." Perhaps as if a global community were to artistically engage, such as through music, with our neighbors from other countries, we might find less conflict and more commonalities, less strife and more serenity, less hardship and more harmony. Andrew Willis will now present his improvisation on the traditional Ukrainian lullaby, Oi kodit son kulu vikun, the dream passes by the window. Now is the time that we get to acknowledge all of the hard work the students have put into their music by presenting them with their trophies. When your name is called, please come forward to retrieve your trophy and then stay by the piano as everyone is recognized. We do ask that you please hold your applause until the end, at which point you can give a big round of applause to all of the students. And then after the presentations, the students will gather on the stairs for photographs, and then you are invited into the parlor for treats and refreshments. Thank you again to everyone who helped make this possible, from the greeters to the sound to the streaming to King Ave Church. Trophy presentation. You ready, sir? Awesome. All right. May I please have Garrett Davis Wills, please? Steve and Tara Reitzel. Nathan Eli Reitzel. Jack Linda. Tyson McKay Kumorowski. Wilma Hatton. Sofina Dranchak. Liliana Dranchak. Justin Dranchak Jr. Lily Faith Billups. Have we missed anyone? Wonderful. A big round of applause for these performers, please. If the performers could come over here on the stairs, obviously taller people in the back, just like school. Keep coming, sir. Right there, baby. Yeah.